like ridiculous, fully like out.
Well, I just wanted to welcome you all to Geneva, the international city where many decisions are taken and made and projects launched. We were young, the planet had been destroyed, basically, or that much of it. We were not given the tools, even the knowledge to consider about putting it back, unless you were brought up in the countryside, close to nature, understanding what the world meant and other human beings. You have this tool to learn so much, but also to be active. If you say something and you really believe in it, look at some of the things you listen to and see, you throw that stone in the water and the circle can go worldwide.
With lighting, we turn off lights when we're not in the same room, and we were not doing this before. As kids, we were not doing this because it was normal to use it. It was normal for the whole house to be lit up. It felt safer, and today we feel just as safe with just the room we're in that is lit.
On extrait beaucoup de la terre des matières premières. Et le problème qui va se passer au XXIe siècle, c'est qu'il y aura peut-être plus beaucoup de matières premières et qu'on va devoir transformer nos déchets en matières premières.
Donc PEFC, c'est un système de reconnaissance mutuelle entre des schémas de certification nationaux. Donc, il y en a en Suisse, il y en a en France, il y en a aux États-Unis, au Canada, il y en a au Gabon, il y en a en Malaisie.
Mais qu'un grave amincissement de la couche d'ozone. Les plus grands trous d'ozone se forment au-dessus de l'Antarctique. Raison pour laquelle on voit que l'Antarctique est toute blanche, c'est bien qu'il y a le trou d'ozone et donc une couche très fine d'ozone.
The need to have the whole energy mix growing, to double the energy till 2050 because of this population growth. It's a huge task, but it has to be clean and sustainable.
Après on a la peinture, après on a la gomme qui est du pétrole, et puis après on a du métal en plus. Voilà. Les métals, oui, effectivement, donc tous ces éléments-là. Donc on voit que chaque élément, tout ça comme un crayon. Imaginez-vous pour nos iPods, nos iPhones, nos télévisions à écran plat, nos voitures, nos ordinateurs. Imaginez-vous toute la quantité d'électricité et la quantité de pétrole qu'il y a dans tous ces éléments-là.
Donc le paysage va changer, les courses de montagne vont changer, c'est dommage, on peut le regretter. Par contre, au niveau de l'utilisation de l'eau, là on va vers des problèmes dont il faudra trouver des solutions intelligentes et qui puissent fonctionner pour tout le monde.
We are going to live in a carbon-constrained world, and one way or the other, the price of emissions must get higher and higher and higher. And if you get this sort of system working, those pressures then actually turn into questions to politicians and society about, well, what do we do to ease these pressures so that this system can actually work?
Alors pourquoi des solutions de mobilité verte? Simplement le but de notre entreprise, donc le but dans les statuts, c'est vraiment la promotion du transport durable en général, dans le but de diminuer les émissions de gaz à effet de serre, voilà, de réduire l'encombrement des voies de circulation.
And maybe it sounds crazy that we should talk about not having food to eat or not having enough food to eat. Coming from Europe or the United States or countries where we have so much. But as you probably all know, there are so many people in the world who don't have enough food to eat. And about 1/3, almost 2 billion people in the world, they don't have enough food.
What's the main topic of my talk? It's systemic change. So I just want to make sure that we understand the same thing. So what would you understand by systemic change?
If we need to purify the water from technological point of view, there is no problem with this.
Oh, you want my grain of salt?
Sorry.
If we were to have a split of the global population in this room, on 7 billion people, there are 2.5 billion that do not have access to adequate sanitation. So if we were to split this room, that would be, all of this section would be a group that doesn't have access to sanitation, and hence it would take a lot of people on this side to help them resolve this challenge, and the challenge is so huge, with almost 1 billion people not having access to clean water, 2.5 billion not having access to sanitation, that it will take all the help we can get.
We have to support the transfer from the big cities to the rural areas, and we have to find good infrastructure for them. Those people, what they need only a pipeline going from one source of water, and their life will be changed. And not only that their life will be changed, but they will change the life of the others. So we don't want them to move from their places to the water. We have water. We want the water to go to them from the sources of the water to their area.
We cannot resolve the global crisis without addressing the other aspects of sustainable development, and that includes pollution, the energy crisis, and all of these other areas. So the water crisis in isolation will not be solved.
Okay, so one guy mentioned earlier that why don't governments give some money into pipes and stuff? So I was thinking maybe 3% or something of like companies or countries which are rich, like Switzerland, Italy, or Germany, which would invest their taxes into building new skyscrapers, which they have many of. They could maybe donate 3% into building pipes for like countries which need them.
Okay. So in Luxembourg we have 819 square kilometers of forest, which is approximately 35% of our total territory. And Luxembourg has one of the greenest capitals in Europe, with lots of trees and parks.
Do you think this is good? How many daily products are made by trees? At least 63% of the products on the list could be made by using other materials.
Write a letter, a poem, or something for our global leaders about the things that we need to learn, things that we need to change. What are the actions that we have taken to get to the future where you are? Try to stay there.